Hey guys, it's Pam. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Today's video is about how to stay positive in times of uncertainty. This unfortunately is a topic that I know all too much about. And in my last video, you probably remember how I talked about how I manifested this apartment and how it was the perfect rental rate. It's in the same town that I grew up in, and it's close to where I work. Well, in the time since I've made that video, there's been a development, and we got purchased by a new owner. The building went under new ownership, and this new owner is affiliated with or owns or manages the property management company that took us back over, and they put the rent way up. They apparently have remodeling, renovations planned for this building, including inside the units. And I do get it. Like, we were very, very lucky. I consider myself blessed that I was able to live here and pay the rent that I did for just over 2 years. But it's too much for some of the folks here. I do already know of one neighbor who is planning on leaving by July because she refuses. Her rent went up even higher than my rent did because she has a 2 bedroom. And when she told me the amount, like, my jaw hit the ground. It's crazy. They put it up to market rate. Market rate around here is really out of control. Real estate and rentals across the country, across the US right now, are just, in my opinion, overpriced, out of control. And in my part of the country, they've always been pretty high, but they have really skyrocketed since COVID. And yeah, so it's been a lot to take in and deal with. And the other thing too is even though I've talked to one neighbor that has tried to reassure me we're all going to be okay, when they're not going to kick us out to do renovations, we're all still like tenants at will. None of us have a lease. And so there is this kind of like concern in the back of my mind that, we could get a 30-day notice and they want to kick people out so that they can renovate each apartment. My neighbor assured me, since he actually works for the property management company, he assured me that's not going to happen. And I am inclined to believe him. But, it's one of those situations, like, you never know. He's insisting that they would lose money. If they did that, they wouldn't have anyone living in the apartment, and they're going to lose money. And that totally makes sense to me. And he did tell me, since he works for them, that if he had heard about this plan, he would be the first to know about it. And he hasn't heard anything. But, so I'm trying to breathe a sigh of relief, and I'm going to believe him so that I have, like, peace of mind. But the past few weeks have been kind of like really stressful and panic inducing for me. And then I had to remember everything that I've learned about the law of attraction, and that this isn't my first rodeo. This is like being back 3 years ago when I was living in my mom's house, and had to move, and eventually, and I didn't know where I was going to end up living. So there's two major things that you can do when times are uncertain, when you're going through like a stressful, uncertain time. And this is what I've been doing. So, number one, focus on what's going right. Okay. So, there are still a lot of things going right for me. Number one, I'm still living here. I still have a roof over my head. I mean, they could have come in here and they could have been like, well, we're going to kick everyone out and we're going to renovate the apartments, and not even give you an option of staying with a rent increase. So that, luckily, thankfully, did not happen. And as far as I know, I will still be here. I mean, if an ideal scenario, I would still like to rent here for the next 6 to 12 months. And hopefully when the real estate market inventory comes back on and prices hopefully decline, then I'll be in a little bit better position to get like something within my budget. Number two, I'm still working. I still have a full-time job. Now, the rent increase does take, I'm going to be transparent here, it takes a whopping 85% of my take-home pay. So that doesn't leave a lot from my full-time day job. That rest of it pays for groceries. But luckily, things to be grateful for, things that are going right, I have additional sources of side income, and they're not a lot of money. but I'm focusing on putting energy towards them to grow them. And also, I'm being very open to additional streams of revenue. However, the universe wants to bring it to me, I welcome it. I take it because I realize too, like, it isn't your full time job is not the only way the universe can bring money to you, as we all know. So, I'm open to like any way that money can come to me, any kind of revenue, okay? And I still have my health. I'm still physically and mentally able to work. Everything's going fine in that area of my life. And I'm just it's a tough situation. The housing market's really, really competitive, and there's low inventory, like I said, and it's really tight both for rentals and purchasing. But what I did do was I did get pre-approved for a mortgage. And I did actually, there was a condo that came up a few weeks ago. I made an offer on it. I did not get it. It went to a buyer that offered 10K more than what I offered. And that's fine. Like my realtor said, whatever is meant for you will come to you. And I'm just like not worried about it. I just know that I'll land on my feet and I will be able to get out of here eventually and not be paying the amount that I'm paying for rent. And I'll get a permanent home. Like I do want a permanent home. I want that home security. I need the security of knowing I'm not going to get kicked out. And at this point, if I can find the right place, if prices will finally stop increasing and start coming down, depending on the monthly condo fee, it'd be much cheaper for me to buy at this point than rent, because rent is just, like I said, it's just crazy around here. So, well, on that note, I am very much like focusing on what I want. I want to continue staying here. I want to manifest a higher paying job. I'm working on that. And I want additional sources of income, and I want the ones that I do have to increase in revenue. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. So you need to, like I said, anything stressful going on, uncertain, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, let's say you hear a rumor at work there's going to be layoffs. Well, until it happens, like you can prepare yourself though. I mean, and that's what, like, I'm not going to be spending any money on anything crazy. I'm not taking any trips. I'm being smart with my money. I'm going to hold on to what I can. But you can do things, right? You can do things to kind of protect yourself from it. And until it happens, it's really not worth worrying about it, because most of the things we worry about, they never come to fruition. And I try not to worry, because worry to me is feeding the probability of it happening. It's like you're feeding energy into that possibility, that scenario happening. And I don't like to do that. I want to focus on what I want. Okay. And I've been trying really to like really feel good every day, to just be happy, relaxed, worry free, focusing on everything that's coming into my life that's wonderful and that's going great. And I just know, like I did before when I was living at my mom's house, that something will happen and I will land on my feet and I will end up in like the right condo, the right home, the right living situation. I just know that. And it's just faith. It's just the same faith that I had before when I was looking for this place. And yeah, that's how, I mean, I want to have a great summer. Let's hope that we can enjoy the summer. And I'm just going to keep focusing on what I want and what's going right. And that is my advice to anyone that's in that kind of the same situation that I am, or any kind of like uncertain situation. Focus on what's going right and focus on what you want. Okay. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps someone. And I want to be making more, I want to be updating this channel regularly again, and making more videos and getting better at this and getting better at video making and video editing. I need to learn all about that. But yeah, that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. I hope all you guys are doing well, and I can't wait to talk to you all again soon. and enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye.